if you want to find out where and how, or if you're going to make money in this lifetime, check your birth chart out. There's a few indicators that, as a professional astrologer, I always look at when looking at people's birth charts to indicate things such as money, income, wealth, prosperity, abundance, cash flow, career, purpose, all that stuff. There's a few indicators. The main things I like to look at, or the first things, or you can even look at too, when you just pull up your birth chart. First of all, you can look at your birth chart in whole sign, house system, or Placidus. Either or both are perfect. They both work depending on what you want to do. But if we're going to keep it really simple, we're looking for like wealth or abundance and cash activations and how you're going to make money. The houses I like to look at first, for example, the second house. So when you look at your birth chart, it'll be like a big wheel. You want it on the wheel format. So it's like a big circle. And the houses will be numbered like 1 to 12, right? And so where is number two, the second house? This will be one of the houses which represent your ability to attract, make, be a magnet for cash, wealth, prosperity, and abundance. The house of your income, your values, the things that you hold worthy, the things that you possess is the second house, right? And so have a look at that house. Have a look at, so each section is called a house, right? And so the second house, right? So each part of the wheel is numbered 1 to 12, and each number represents a different area of your life, and each section is called a house, right? So the second house will be the house of money, wealth, and abundance. Okay, and so have a look at what sign is in the house, all right? And I'll give you a flavor of the best way you can make money. For example, if you have a Scorpio here, you could be really great at making money through things such as working in medical, hospital, spirituality, vehicles. Taurus here, you could be great at making money through things such as banking, finance, anything to do with food. A Cancer could be hospitality, family businesses, and so on and so forth, right? And then also have a look at what, or if you have any planets here too. So great indicators for wealth or money, or accumulation of cash, right? I like to see Venus here. I like to see Jupiter here. So Venus and Jupiter, the great, the two benefics, Jupiter being the great benefic, Venus being the other benefic too, right? And so having Venus in the second house and Jupiter in the second house, first of all, Venus loves to be in the second house because it's a Taurus ruled house naturally, right? So Venus loves to be here. So seeing Venus here is great. Yes, it does. It does and can depend on what Venus sign you have. So Venus in Pisces, for example, amazing. It's exalted. Love that. Venus in is domicile, Taurus, Libra, of course, again, amazing. But each Venus sign will be slightly different, and it'll be slightly different how it plays out, right? And so having one of the benefics here is fantastic. Another thing you can think about and look at actually is whether you have a day chart or a night chart, because again, that will indicate, okay, if I have a day chart, then Jupiter's going to bless me. Do I have Jupiter here? Amazing, right? If I have an evening chart, night chart, Venus will be my benefic, and having that in the second house will be even better. So there's a few things that I like to take into consideration. The other money houses will be the fifth house, the eighth house, and the 11th house. So the fifth, eighth, and the 11th, again, houses, the sections, right? These are all money houses too. So having the benefics here are incredible. Venus in the fifth house, this is what is known as Venus in her joy. This is fabulous to have. The fifth house is good luck, good fortune. 11th house, biggest goals, dreams, and desires, of course, right? But if we're talking about career and work, then it could be tied in with the sixth house and the 10th house too. And so those houses can give you a bigger story in how you'll make money too. The eighth house, again, is another house which rules money too. And I love to see benefics in this part of the birth chart too. All right. And if you have those houses, like I mentioned, the second house, the fifth, sixth, eighth, and 10th, and 11th, right? If those houses don't have planets in there, that doesn't mean that you're not going to make money, or you always look at the ruler of that house. So, for example, okay, if you have Taurus in the second house, right, but there's no planets there, well, Venus rules Taurus, right? So have a look where your Venus lies, and that'll give you a bigger story as to how you'll make money. Okay, so if you have Venus, which rules your second house, in their fifth house, it could mean that you'd be great at making money through being self-employed, entrepreneurship, because that also rules the fifth house as well. All right. Let me know what signs or planets you have in your second house, your fifth house, your 11th house, and how your money story plays out. And of course, if you want a personal reading with me, hit me up for a birth chart reading.